and welcome to the Mumpreneurs and K Lounge, a YouTube channel shining a light on inspirational mums and women in business. I am Bianca Chappell, and I have got the pleasure today of sharing with you the wonderful Joy Grant, the brains behind the Hairspiration studio. Now, can you imagine having a business idea and taking it to the local community and being told there is no room for your business idea here? Well, that's what happened to Joy, but that didn't stop her because it caused her and fueled her to start her own business nestled in the heart of Buckingham University, that though she may have gone on lots of trials and tribulations to bring her business into the mainstream, now she is one of Buckingham University's treasures, going on to having a wonderful hair studio where she's providing support for well-being of students, but also doing some great work for cancer research. Joy, it is my absolute delight to shine a light on you in this episode today. So I have given the viewers a very brief rundown about the fact that you were actually a student at Buckingham University, probably with no interest in starting your business at that time. But I'd really love you to share with us about how you went from being a student to also being a startup business owner all at the same time. How did that happen?
Well, thank you, Bianca, for having me. It's a pleasure being here with you guys today. Like I said, it wasn't a plan, setting up a business when I went to Buckingham University 2012. So my first plan was to go there and have a degree, because I travel for years with my husband, and so it's something that I like doing with people, because when I was there, I found out that there is quite a challenge with students studying there, because as you know, university is student all over the world. It's a diverse university. Yes. Yeah. So at long run, I found out that there was a lot of problem the student passing through, most especially the Afro-Caribbean students. In Buckingham there was no salon that could cater for their needs. So many students always come to me and say, "Hey, Joe, where do you get your hair done?" I say, "Well, because I live in Northampton, and that's why I get my hair done." So as time goes on, I found out that it was quite a big challenge to the student. Whenever they want to get their hair done, they have to travel to get it done. So, yes.
So with no provision in the local area, but yet this hub of multicultural students from all backgrounds, you had this trigger and passion and desire to respond to the need of being able to provide somewhere where people of Africa Caribbean hair types could simply beautify themselves and get their hair done. So at what point did you decide that you were going to set up on your own? Or was there a step before that where you thought, well, actually, it might make sense to collaborate with an existing hair salon and perhaps rent a chair and provide that experience?
Well, I think the idea fully come to existence. That was 2014. So that was my final year at the university. Right. So that was when I found out that if this, my colleague, is a huge challenge and someone has to do something about it. So I start, doing some research, because I live in this country. It's quite more easier for me to have a data or see how business assets. Absolutely. So that's exactly what I did. So went to collect some data, then I started speaking to other people. But my initial wasn't to have my own space. But my initial agenda was to collaborate with other salons in town. Just look for someone that will be helping them, hire somebody to start collaborating with other established salons in town. But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be.
So let's bring the viewers in with that. So it wasn't meant to be, and I guess it could be quite hard hitting when you are told in the very beginning on approaching salons within the local area, that actually there wasn't space for your type of clientele within their environment. I can imagine that at that point, most people, Joy, would have been put off by that, upset by that, and decided to throw in the towel. But actually that was the basis behind you saying, no, you might not want it, but I know there's a need, so I'm going to create it myself. So at the point of being told no by other salons, you then approached Buckingham University direct. How did the actual manifestation of the salon within the uni come about?
Well, as a business enterprise, I studied business enterprise. So, someone that always have passion to help people, to assist people. That is what I stand for. Any opportunity I have to support people, I always take the initiative. So, when after everything I try collaboration to no avail, then that is when I start, okay, so I have to establish something like this in the university. Then I went to start talking to my mentor, the professor, and all that. So that's how the idea started coming to establish the salon in the campus.
So you got to the point where you've now got the university on your side, but that wasn't without opposition.
Well,
because you got to the point where although you had identified a need, and by all intents and purposes, the university might have identified a need, you've now got the problem of you are now being the person to provide this provision, but how and where? So what was the process of almost convincing and getting the university to partner with you to provide you with one of their spaces? What was that journey like?
Well, it wasn't easy financially with the university point of view. But I knew when I found a location, I thought it's suitable because we are not looking for something massive, something small for the student to access, And when I approached the university about using the space, they know that it was a good idea. We need something like that in the campus. But unfortunately, when it comes to finances, that the university said no.
Different ballgame.
Yes. So that is when the problems start to arise. But still, that doesn't stop me.
So how did you overcome that, Joy? With all this fire in your belly, what did you do?
Well, after much deliberation and went to a boardroom lobbying, unfortunately to no avail. But my only option was to speak with my husband. And he said, okay, if that is what you want to do, I will fund the project. So that is how the Hairspiration come to existence.
So you're now at the point where you've sourced funding, be it self-funding. You've got you've identified the need, you've got the space, you've got the funding. The work starts now in terms of actually making this space. And it is a beautiful space that you've got down at Buckingham University. It now is a very live hair studio. But I visited your studio before, Joy, and I have seen it in action, and I have read lots about you and understood lots about you as a woman in business. You're actually providing so much more than just a hair salon, because the students almost look to Auntie Joy for mentorship, don't they? It really is a space where, I guess, which is what lots of hair salons and barber shops are. It is a space where people can just come and offload and just be inspired and whilst being beautified. But one of your big contributions really is to support, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
Can you share with our viewers the type of environment that you provide and why it's important to you to, yes, be able to do hair, but also inspire and mentor the students on a personal level?
Well, I relate immensely with them. I was once a colleague, I was once a student. So I know exactly what students pass through daily basics. So me being there, they look up to me, as a role model to them. So it's quite very easy for them to come and have a, personal chat with me, something that they can't even talk to the student welfare or the university, because they know that whatever discussion they have with me, that they are not going to be judged. And I'm there to support them every day. So yes, and it's not just my role there. and helping them. It's not all about doing my hair, doing my job. For me, it's not a job, to me. It's a place, Buckingham is a home to me as well. So I spend much of my time in Buckingham than at home. So being with them is a pleasure.
And actually, Joy, you have gone on to form really good relationships with Buckingham University, being cast and classified as one of their real ambassadors, once a student within their business program and now actually part of the university, providing quite an integral part of that university experience. So we are sat in front of some of these wonderful wigs, and I have to say these are wigs that, again, yes, you provide services on a daily basis, hairdressing services, but a new part of your business and a big part of your business is actually outside of the salon where you support cancer research.
That's correct, yeah.
So share with our viewers, I mean, if there was touch Terry, these wigs are just on another level. What is it that you are doing with cancer research and these beautiful, beautiful handmade wigs here?
Well, I know that I can't help individual person because a friend of mine, she was diagnosed with cancer. I've been touched with a lot of people that are very close to me. Yeah. So, supporting them, I believe is a huge cause to support. Yeah. And that came with the inspiration of creating a wig that anyone can use. It's easy to go. You don't have to have experience to use it. Everything is well made. It's all hand stitched and it's very ethical source. Yeah.
So you donate these to cancer research, or cancer patients will visit you, or you will visit them?
Yeah, I do. Time to time, I do go to hospitals. When I make any special. I don't know. I just go to hospital. I just give it to somebody. Anyone, that just work. That's how I do. That's what I have been doing. So last year, August, I had an auction, raised substantial money to support cancer research.
And I bet that, again, wasn't something, Joy, that you thought when you were just a student was going to be part of your entrepreneurial journey. Yeah. So it really does seem as though Hairspiration Studio might have started out on a road of tribulation. But I think, Joy, you are one of the many women in enterprise who I meet who has shone a light on the fact that there can really be no testimony in business without tribulation. Not only did you not find that there was provision, you decided to respond to it. You got no's in the community, so you had to start yourself. You then had to source a building, get self-financing, and here you are now providing a resource and also literally donating and providing a service to cancer research. How do you stay inspired, Joy?
Well, I get inspired by everybody. Like I meet some people today, wherever I go, I get inspired, most especially the student I work with every day, people I met on the street. They inspire me. I don't inspire myself. So what I see from people, that is what motivates me. Yes. Because I can't wake up to that. Oh, I'm going to do something like this. It's what I don't plan. Yeah. It just happened. That's how I roll.
Yes, I like that. Joy, it has been an absolute delight sharing your story on the Mumpreneurs MK Lounge. For people who are watching and perhaps want to visit the Hairspiration Studio, maybe get in contact with you for bespoke wigs, whether it be for cancer or not, how can they find you?
Well, they can reach me on hairspirationbeauty.com, or they can call me on my email info@hairspiration.com.
And you have quite a big Instagram following, don't you?
Yes, I've got quite a few.
Instagram. It's been a joy having you. I don't know about you viewers, but this has been an interview that I have got a special place in my heart for, because it's always great to understand people's journey behind business. And certainly with Joy, she is a woman that didn't take no for an answer, actually got fuel to really push through and has created something quite wonderful. So from me, your host, Bianca Chappell, and the wonderful Joy, the brains behind the Hairspiration Studio, it has been a joy to bring this episode to you. And there is lots more in store. So if you've been inspired and like what you have seen here on the Mumpreneurs MK Lounge in this episode, Be sure to subscribe to our channel and also check out the other videos below where we have lots more women in business here to inspire you on your entrepreneurial journey. I've been Bianca Chappell with the wonderful Joy Grant from Hairspiration Studio. Thank you for watching.